Now that the DV lottery results are out and everybody is celebrating those who have won, some have not won, but they should not dampen your spirit because there are so many other things you can do with your life in terms of applying for things. The first thing I usually say and tell my people is that look, make sure that you have your passport. Make sure that everything is in order in terms of if you're married, you need to have that marriage certificate because you'll require it to migrate if you want to migrate with your spouse. So now that the results are out, I want to discuss the options. Anyone who has won and anyone who has not won. These people, I'll cover all these things in my discussion today. It will be a short discussion of around, let's say at most 20, 30 minutes. And we'll be checking this thing, how people are celebrating. Others are crying. It's normal. It's not. It's very disappointing to find that you've not won the DV lottery. But I will be mentioning so many other options you can do because there are so many other things you can do to ensure that you migrate to those other countries you would wish because the Western countries you'll agree with me there are so much ahead in terms of facilities, in terms of the quality of life, be it education, be it healthcare. They are ahead of us here in Africa, and it's not our fault, but we just live with it. It is the way it is. So I'll be checking comments of people in Facebook, in a group I am in, and how people are saying about the DV lottery program and the results, whether they got selected or not. So I'll be combining my own words with what people say. So someone is saying, God, thank you and congratulations to other winners. Now, what's the next step if you selected and the arrows downwards from Kenya is saying that now that he has been selected, what are the next steps? The next step is to check your first. You need to check your case number. If it's a case number which is very close, and by close I mean any case between let's say one to around 10,000. That's a pretty close case. You need to prepare yourself for the visa interview because in the next few months you'll find yourself going for the interview. On the other hand, if your case number is in the ranges of 50,000, 60,000, you'd realize that that might take a long time, and sometimes they don't cover the full amount of selectees who have been selected by the DV lottery. So what happens with those people? It means your DV lottery win has been nullified by time, so you did not make it to the interview stage. So I want to check another. Someone is saying check for me. No, this thing you don't need anyone to check for you because everybody is experiencing the same problem with the website not coming up. The website is stuck. So don't even send to anyone to check for you. Just wait for time. Maybe in around 2 3 hours, the website will come back up. It's sometimes you're able to just keep on trying. Some people are logging in and it's not able to give you the correct outcome of your DV lottery. Someone is saying, I have tried, but the site can't be reached. Yeah, there's a backlog with so many people trying to access the website. The servers cannot handle the big number of people trying to check their DV lottery results. So, as I was saying, the options you have that someone who has not won the DV lottery, it's not the end of the world because there are so many other immigration options you can pursue. Like I usually say that most people will, you'll agree with me. The easiest way for you to immigrate to other countries like Canada, the USA, the UK is going as a student. And for Canada, it means that you just need to go to a university or college which is accredited to offer post-graduation work permit. Make sure that the college you go to has that authorization, and through that, it will be able now to give you that. You'll now be able to get that authorization to work for 1 year. 1 year in Canada as a post-graduation work permit student. If you go to those other colleges, it means that immediately you finish your course, which might be 1 year or 2 years, you'll be required to go back to your country, and you'll not get that chance. So, if you're applying to Canadian universities and colleges, ensure that they have what we call DLI. It is the authorization now to sponsor a student for post-graduation work permit. So, my people, if you were not selected, those are the options. There are other options in the UK. For example, if you're a nurse in Kenya, because I know some of my followers are nurses, uh, make sure that you keep on applying for through the agents, because as you agree with me, there are agents. There are so many agents I've mentioned, but a few like Avant, MedPro, Shearwater. Those are agents which help nurses now to navigate the immigration process, because it has some ups and downs in terms of you need a lawyer to petition for you, and sometimes you need a lot of money to be able to do that. Also, the examination, which is the NCLEX, is not an easy exam. So the agents take you through the whole process of doing this exam up until the point that you go, if it's India or South Africa, and do that exam. The agents, like Avant, go with you hand to hand up until you finish the exam, and after you finish the exam, now they make sure that they get you an employer in the US, and the employer is the one who is going to sponsor you, and the agent, once you arrive in the US, gives you proper guidance, gives you some accommodation for 1 month, as it trains you with Savant, and it recovers its money through deducting it from your salary, which is a win-win case, because otherwise you might not be having the money to pay for this whole process. So that is for nurses, and I also usually have another way for nurses who want to migrate to the USA, because I realize that most nurses do not know that apart from going through the agents, you can also prepare yourself and do the CGFNS process. The CGFNS process, for people who don't know, is the process of actually equalizing your educational qualification and licenses with what that of the USA, and getting the authority of ATT, which is the authority to test in the NCLEX. You can go the whole process on yourself if you have some money, and then when you finish, you look for a university in the USA, whichever kind of university, and get an admission. If you get that admission, you go for the student visa at the embassy. When they grant you that student visa, which is so essential, you go to the USA as a student, and then from there you now do your English exam, and not the English exam. You can do also the English exam, but the most important exam is the NCLEX exam. You can do the NCLEX exam from there. And when you pass that exam, now you look for an employer while you're still a student. And when this employer recruits you, will apply for your visa sponsorship now to change your visa from student to work visa, which is a permanent, is a better visa to work to be with. So after that, then is when you can now sponsor your spouse, you bring your children, you bring everyone, even if it's your mother, you want to bring them to the USA, because now you become a permanent resident. So guys, keep on checking, because the website seems to be stuck today. Sometimes later in the during the night, it will. Someone is asking any winner from Myanmar. I don't know. What are the qualities to be selected because for the DV lottery? There are no qualities. It's just that you need to apply when people are applying, and make sure that you apply with the requirements. If they require you to have a minimum of secondary school education, have that. If they require you to have a passport, like last year they required people to have a passport, make sure that you have that too. And if they require you to mention the number of children you have, and if you're married, make sure that those things you mention them, as well as when you go to the visa interview and fill in the DS 260. The DS 260 is the, is the visa. It's the visa that you need to apply for. And when you fill in the DS 260, then you mention the number of children you have, and if you require you to have a minimum of secondary school education, have that. If they require you to have a passport, make sure that you have that too. And if they require you to mention the number of children you have, and fill in the DS 260. The DS 260 is actual visa application form. So when you fill in that visa application form, it's advisable to ensure that you fill the correct information, because that will determine your chances of passing the visa interview and eventually migrating to the USA. So that was a bit about the nurses I was talking about, because nursing by itself is an upper hand for people who want to migrate to the USA, because they have a shortage of nurses and medical doctors. But what I know most is about the nurses. Make sure that you do your English exam, make sure that you pass your NCLEX exam, and make sure that your police records and your medical records are clean, because those are the things which make our nurses uh, stay here without proper guidance. So let me see whether someone is asking. Nobody is saying they won. Someone is asking whether is this the final results? No, yeah, these are the final results, because there is no any other selection. There is no any other selection which happens for this year. So anybody will come lie to you that they'll help you to get the second in the second selection. They just want your money, and just tell them no. So uh, let me see whether someone you see mine is one valid. I want to, someone is saying is been selected from Afghanistan. You realize that this thing, which is the DV lottery, selects people randomly from different countries. You might be selected in African country, Asian country, European country, and people maybe in Canada who want to come to the USA, they might still be selected. So it does not discriminate against from the basis of the country of birth or the country of residence. So don't worry even if you apply from mhm, applied. Someone says that you applied for the angle and the passed on. Now you check the results and you won. You won. Oh yeah, that's quite unfortunate. If you applied for him and he's not with us today, it's quite unfortunate. You cannot use it. You just leave it. It elapses by itself. So sorry for that, and it's quite unfortunate. Someone is saying it's from Ethiopia. Is not won. Is it the final result? Yes, those are the final results. How about I check your results? No, I cannot check your results from here. I'm also having the same problem with logging. The website is still saying not accessible from my side. But after some time, maybe after 2, 3, 4 hours, just check again. You'll see your results. So I know for the people who have won, congratulations. It's a chance of a lifetime. Take advantage of it. Make sure that if you start preparing early, look for a host and make sure that your papers are right, because some people I know, mostly in our African countries, might not be having their what we call it their marriage certificate. Make sure that all those things, including the birth certificates of your children, are with you, because once the interview date is set, you require those things. If it's your educational certificates, make sure you file them somewhere and keep them so that you now present them to the immigration officer when you go to the embassy. Someone is asking, let me see, is it the final results? Yes, I think we are finished. So someone is saying congratulations to the winners. I also say congratulations to the winners. For those people who did not win, I know it's very disappointing. It's not easy. Take heart. Just know that we have so many other options, as I've said, and the DB lottery. If that is your dream routes for immigration to the USA will be again this year, October, and make sure that you are among the first people to apply. Be prepared, have your own passport, and make sure that all your papers, as I've said, are in order. And congratulations to the ones who have won. So thank you. I want to go a little bit. I'll be back with other videos. So if you not subscribed to this channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share these videos to other people so that we encourage each other and grow our African economies. Thank you.